Hello and happy Monday. It's Rochelle with ConfidentDreaming.com, your energy alchemist and Disney-inspired life coach, here today with your Magical Monday message. And it is about rediscovering yourself. This past week, I was on vacation and took a break from pretty much everything, and it was great. Just was fully present in the moment and did things I thoroughly enjoyed, things I never thought would happen. And just enjoyed the time to myself, time with others. It was great. And over the weekend we got back and spring sprung and I went from sunny beaches to snow, and that's okay because I do like both. And that is what inspired this post, and rediscovering yourself is the spring season. I got in an email, springtime is a season of growth and renewal, right? I just saw plants that I thought were completely dead. Like I thought died last July, and I was debating about what to replant. They're sprouting. Like they went through this season of dormancy and they're starting to grow again. They needed the cold to germinate's not the right word, but this type of plant needs the cold and the freezing ground in order to grow in the spring. So it needs that dark winter to get the nutrients and to turn in and find out what it needs, and then it grows in the spring. And that's what it's about. The email went on to say, there's no better time to grow and be inspired by fresh ideas in order to cultivate the life you want, right? So grow fresh ideas and cultivate. So it is a time to rediscover what you want. It's the birth of a new season. It's when everything's going to start to bloom again. What in your life do you want blooming? So rediscovering yourself, it can be a process. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. I mean, there's healing you can do, but on the most part, like, what is it you like to do? What is it that makes you happy? When you look back at your childhood, what was it that brought fun into your life? And is there a way to incorporate that now? Is there a way to restructure your schedule to allow more fun and play? Is there something you've ever wanted to do? A class you wanted to take? Maybe you've wanted to paint. And I know, COVID still has some restrictions, but maybe you take a painting, maybe you find a new hobby, maybe you join a sports league. Those are starting up again. If it's something you've always wanted to do, maybe it's time to start exploring and just see what makes you happy. You don't have to be good at it. If you enjoy it, that's what matters. There is, that goes on to do what you enjoy. It's sometimes the key is knowing what makes you unhappy. Is there something going on in your life that is dragging you down and making you unhappy? And how can you replace that? How can you put in boundaries to stop that thing from dragging you down day to day? Part of this can be diving into what are your values? What do you value? I know I value hard work, and I value honesty, and I value happiness, and I try to bring happiness into my life and do things that make me more happy. Do you have me time? Now, me time is definitely quiet time. It's time to yourself. Actually, it doesn't have to be quiet, but it's time literally to yourself, me time. And in those me time moments, meditation, journaling, play, finding out that meditation and journaling will help bring answers to you on what is it that'll bring you more joy and vibrancy into your life. Getting out in nature. Those are all things. Every morning on my trip, I was awake, usually by 6:30 at the latest. I'd grab a coffee and I'd go to the beach. And aside from a few of the workers, it was me and the birds on the beach trying to eat my pastry. But that quiet time, just listening to the waves, hearing the birds, it was amazing. And it was time to myself. Sometimes I read, sometimes I did a meditation. Just me with my feet in the sand, my coffee, and the sound of waves was all I needed. And it was fantastic. It was a great break from the day-to-day grind. It's been a year since the lockdown started, and it was just, what a way to renew some of the passions I had and renew that sense of where are we going from here, right? A lot of places are starting to come out of the lockdowns and the COVID restrictions, and where do we go from here? So it was that time to connect to myself, to figure out what I wanted, and to just move forward. And that is what I would love to help you do. That is what I do. I'm a happiness coach. I'm a life purpose coach, but I also work on the energy realm, and I help clear a lot of that negative stuff and work with the inner child. And that's where all the playfulness and the joy can come from, and healing that hurt and wounded child. Whether you had large trauma or small trauma as a kid, chances are you're still carrying it with you. We all do. And okay, Rhonda, how do you not think or worry about what is waiting when you get back home? I've done the work. You know, I know life, but I did not want to leave, obviously, because it's vacation. But I've done a lot of the work on boundaries and getting my very routine oriented. I have a good schedule. I adjust it as needed. I make time for what I need to make time for. And I say no a lot to a lot of things that aren't in alignment with where I need to be going. So, yes, there's a lot of responsibility at home that I did not have on vacation. Excuse me, sorry. Which was fantastic. You know, zero cooking, cleaning, laundry, all that. And all that is a part of life. And part of what I've done is, you could have looked at my laundry pile when I came back, or my to-do list, the grocery shopping. I even cooked a huge dinner that first night back, but I wanted to, so that was fine. And it's a matter of, I've done the training also to change how I look at things, you know. Yeah, I have a lot of laundry to do, but guess what? I just went on an amazing trip, so that's just proof of the fun I had. You know, there are those memes that go around. You can look at the dirty dishes and see a chore that you hate doing, or you can feel blessed that you had a good meal. You know, I was very blessed to have an amazing trip. So doing the laundry, it's fine. There are other pressures at home, right? And there are other things that you can't escape. Sometimes there's health issues. Sometimes there's tragedy. And you can't, no matter how far you travel, you cannot escape it. But when you know who you are, then you pretty much know how you can handle what comes at you. And doing more of what makes you happy can help get you through the tougher times. Doing more, knowing your values, can help you say no when you don't want to do something. Or when you know something's an energy suck. And we are so conditioned to not upset other people that we say yes to so many things we don't want to do. That we forget who we are. We forget what we like. We forget all the things that make us unique and special. And we just try to be like other people. We try to please other people. And we put ourselves on the back burner. And that's why we don't live the lives we want to live. That's why we, really, that's why we drink. That's why we have these vices, is because we aren't living the life we want to live. We aren't living true to who our spirit is and what that is. And until you heal, until you get connected, it's hard to move forward. It really is. I've been there, and it's, there's nothing but difficult. It's literally a retraining of the brain that just can help you move forward and help you to really accept responsibility. I don't know if that's the right term. Like when you come back from vacation, you know what's kind of waiting for you. You can't run and escape life, but you can but you train the brain, and you can just attack it with a new view, attack it with a new vision. Oh, thank you. And just be who you're meant to be. And when you're secure, when you know who you're meant to be, when you rediscover yourself and you are you, and you're unapologetic for it, then things do get easier. Still doesn't mean I want to come back from vacation. Because while I do like looking at the snow, I will tell you 80 degrees on the beach was much better. But I can create a life where I go on vacation more often, right? And that's where life is just, if you're, I would say life is a breeze. So if your energy goes, how does it go? Where energy goes where your focus is. Where focus flows, energy goes something like that. So if my energy is in creating a life I love, then I'm going to do the things that I love. And if I don't like to clean the house, then I'm going to make sure I make enough money to have a house cleaner. If, I don't like gardening, well, then I'm going to do something. There's people that will do the jobs for me. It's just a matter of creating that life that I want. But I do like to cook, so that's okay. I'll keep cooking, even though it was nice to have the week off. Anyhow, if you need help rediscovering who you are, shoot me a message. Be sure to follow me or sign up for my emails. There's journaling prompts every week. We do a book of the month. Right now we're doing Lean In. It is an older book, but it's in honor of International Women's Day, and it's Women's Month, and it really hits home to how we as women keep ourselves small, and a lot in business, but it does go over into real life, and in that whole thing about doing it to please others and doing it because we're afraid to stand up and afraid to live into who we truly are, and we're scared to ask questions, we're scared to ask for things. She talks about she never thought or would even think about asking for a spot for pregnant women because she felt that they would look at her as it was a disability that women were pregnant, and it's things we all go through. And Lean In is such an incredible book to be leaning into who you are and who you are as a woman and the adversities we face. So if you haven't picked it up, like I said, it is an older book, but it is still fantastic. And sadly, even though the research is like 9 years old, it is still hit home today, which means in the last 10 years, we really haven't made that much progress. But the more we embody who we fully are and are unapologetic about it, which doesn't mean you're mean about it or forceful, but just being who you are, the more changes we can make for the positive in this world. And I truly do believe that. So anyways, have a wonderful Monday. It's good to be back, and I will talk to y'all soon.